and then I'm gonna give people like 3 minutes to hop on, and then I'm gonna go into everything so that way we can like have the recording good. Hi, John. Okay, I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited. Got so much fun. I'm actually in a restaurant in Philly with my sister. We are eating like jollof rice, some shrimp, cabbage, and onions and plantains. I'm very happy right now. This is like my first meal of the day. Very, very happy about this. But I'm even more happy to talk about what we're going to be doing for Lionsgate. So I have my notes here because Lionsgate is a big deal, but it's also been colonized, like most things in spirituality and wellness. And like what we've been told, and even what I've learned too, you're so silly that not with you. Even what I've been told too, it's like it's a time to manifest, it's a time to manifest. And actually there's a different history that I'm gonna share with you today. And obviously take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But it's always good to kind of have these understandings of what we're engaging in collectively because you don't want to be putting your energy out there for someone else to like connect to or to like, feed off of without your permission. And sometimes when we're doing all this manifesting and just being out here willy nilly without any real intention, we are doing that. And that can be really, really scary. As you guys know, I am so happy to create this sacred space with you. Being here with y'all means everything to me. Being able to have this platform, being able to also have a space where we can like connect and just be together will always feel good to me. So I'm really happy that I'm able to do this in a space that makes sense, you know? Um, but yeah, we're stepping into the Super Lionsgate portal. This is not glittery, it's not surface version, but it's a deeper invitation um, to see what it's really offering you. Hi, yeah, how are you? I'm so happy you're here. Okay, this portal is about embodiment. And if you know anything about me, you know that I absolutely love embodiment work. It means everything to me. It's exactly what we need in the day and age that we're in. You know what I mean? I'm going to put on my glasses though, because it'll feel better for my eyes. And I gotta take care of that. I have the phone facing the sun so that there's like better lighting. But I do have like sensitivity on my eyes. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. Okay. Oh my God, so much better. Yes, yes. Okay, so much better. Ah, perfect, 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 perfect. And of course, everything that I do, I work through that lens of the dark feminine divine energy. And I do that because a lot of the time, dark feminine energy gets a really bad rap where people think that it's something like nefarious or evil, when in fact, you need the dark with the light in order for there to be fullness in life. And a lot of people don't realize that. They just assume that it's always like light work, light work, light work. If I'm not doing light work, then I'm doing something that's dangerous to everybody. And what they don't realize is that all that light work without dark work, without shadow work, without diving in deeper, that is dangerous because you are living in half of your reality, half of your truth, and you're living at 50% of your power. When you're able to incorporate both, you're actually living a full life because you can provide value not only to yourself and to your lineage, to your ancestry, right? As that living embodiment of them, but also to those who you interact with and who are going to find you later on. If you need both. And it's so wild to me that people don't want to embrace that enough or that it's still taboo, you know? Yes. Oh my goodness. And happy birthday to you again. Okay. Remember that we are not chasing portals. We are the portal. And with this 8-8 energy today, the portal essentially started opening around August 6th. So you might have started feeling a shift. I know for me, I got super, super fatigued. I was very tired. My dreams were super intense. I kept waking up in different timelines, like, what is really going on? And it's going to keep continuing up until about the 12th. So we're going to talk about how we can lean into that energy. And then we're going to do an EFT session to help open us up to the blessings and the abundance energy that is available to us, but also to making sure that we remove any of that lower vibration, any of that negativity. So that way, when we're harnessing that positive energy, that good feeling energy, we aren't attaching ourselves to the negative. You know what I mean? So let me pull this up. So I want you to think about Lionsgate as a radical remembrance, okay? A place where you're able to reclaim yourself, reclaim your power, anchor in that truth, and connect back to the mind, the body, and the spirit, and using that as a way to be whole while you move through this surge of cosmic energy that we're all engaging in for the next couple of days, okay? So, what is Lionsgate? Astrologically, Lionsgate happens when the sun is in Leo, which is our personal radiance, and it aligns with the rising of Cyrus, which is considered the spiritual sun, right? Cyrus has been honored by ancient civilizations for carrying higher frequency codes, ancestral knowledge, and divine intelligence. And this date, August 8th, that 8/8 holds its own power because of the numerology of the number 8. So one thing I want to talk about with that is like if you have that spiritual sun and then we have our personal radiance and they're coming together, it's the humanity meeting the divinity coming together as a full experience for us to remember. I think this is really important too because when we're moving around the world, especially now, society is like literally on fire. Especially if you're in the United States, like it is a shit show, right? Like it's just pure chaos right now. But when you can remember your divinity and you can remember your humanity, it allows you to navigate through this with from a place of centeredness, you know, because you can be getting the news information and you can start to feel overwhelmed, feel like you're not doing enough, feel like you're not showing up the way you could show up. You could feel a pressure to perform because you don't know if the world's going to end tomorrow. Like there's so many other anxieties that come up on a collective global scale. Then you have that national scale. Then you go down to your personal desires and things that you want to go through. And humanity can make you feel like you're drowning. But then you have the opposite side of divinity where you can almost spiritually bypass, right? And pretend that none of these things really matter, that this is all the matrix and people are glitching and this is not a real situation. And you're here, but there's no connection. And the goal is to connect, to harmonize, so that you have both sides, right? So you can tap into that infinite energy. And one thing that I love talking about is the number 8. When you put it on its side, it's the infinity symbol. So it's that continuous energy. And I normally have my infinity ring on, which is so funny because I don't have it on the day that I really should have it on. But you're tapping in and you're realizing like, okay, there are going to be moments where I'm going high and then I'm going to go low. Hi, Monique, how are you? And there are going to be times where I'm going up, right? And then I go low. And it's that ebb and that flow. It's continuous, it's never ending. But when you learn that that's the basis of it, you can learn how to better ride it. I'm like, okay, I am flowing right now. So I'm going to enjoy everything. I'm going to make really good memories. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel my best. I'm going to look my best. I'm going to go out here and give my love and my energy because I'm in a space of overflow. And then when you get to that place where you're ebbing, you're not thinking, oh man, I'm depressed and I'm disassociating and I'm not a good person. You're like, you know what? I need to rest. I just gave a lot of myself to the world and I need to replenish. I can't just be on high 24/7. I need a time to reset. I need to reflect and see if did I like how I gave of myself, right? Did it feel good? Did I feel like it served my community the way I wanted to serve? Could I do it in a more efficient way? Can I do it with more intentionality? You can't do that when you're in flow. When you're in flow, you're in motion. You're just going, 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 going. You're there for the vibes, literally. But when you're in that ebbing space, that darkness, there's so much opportunity for you to sit and check in and see, am I showing up the way that I want to? Am I being received the way that I would like to be received? Am I being recognized the way that I want to be recognized? And then from there, you edit, you refine, right? You find out where the icky feeling is coming from, where the irritation or the anger or the sadness is coming from. You sit with it, you transmute it, and then you allow yourself to rise again into that flow and have a new experience. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. Fatima. Girl, I was just talking about you on the other live. I was like, yeah, me and Fatima went out of there. Hello, hello, hello. Lotus, just realizing how much I've needed to miss your insight at this point in time. I know. I was really telling my sister, I'm like, I really miss my people. Like, I am very proud of myself for always moving forward. But the platform that I was previously on, it was really doing a lot for my spirit. Like, it was making me feel like I couldn't show up to them show up, and I was starting to feel very limited. So it's so nice that I was able to find a new space that I can really just be here with y'all. Like this feels so good. Like I can do this on my phone. I mean, I could be anywhere. I was so limited to my laptop. Like just so many blessings from this, you know? Yes. Okay. So that's that understanding of infinity and the energy of infinite, right? Now, I want to talk about a few other things. So with number 8 is power and authority. So it's not control over others, but it's sovereignty over yourself, right? It's having authority of saying, here's how I want my life to be. Here's how I'm going to divinely design it, right? With source in mind, God, Allah, whoever you call in your time of need, and allowing us to be connected in that truth. That's what this number provides you, right? And we also have karmic cycles, endings and beginnings, cause and effect, that ebbing and that flowing. It's so woven into that. Then we have material and spiritual harmony, the break between the physical world and the unseen, which we just spoke about. And then manifestation through embodiment, not just what you think, but what you are. Not just what you think, but what you are. And if we're going to dive in deep on that, we are all the cosmic beings. We're divine beings. We have this ability to be connected to spirit via that spiritual antenna, through prayer, through our aura. Like we are really tapped in and locked in with each other in ways that if we slow down a bit, we can really recognize and honor. And I love portals like this because they allow us to do that and just see like how has God been blessing me for just me being me. Not because I produced something, not because I gave my last, not because of anything, simply because I just existed. How is God blessing me? How is Source blessing me? Right? And just sitting in that truth. And it just feels really good. It just feels really good to know that I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to be given miracles. I'm going to be given resources and support. I'm going to be given care and love and nourishment simply because I exist. I am. Because God's source universe would never just create me to have nothing, to be without. When you're moving from that mindset, it just changes everything, how you show up from your creativity. It changes how you engage with the world. You're able to see that energy of competing behind because you understand that what's for you is for you and it is for you, you know? It's such a beautiful place to be from. Oh, I'm so happy you love this. Yes, resonate with the strength card and tarot. Yes, which is the 8 and Leo. Yes, it's perfect. And I'm a big Leo season girly. Like my Jupiter's in Leo, my Scorpio sun is in the Leo degree, my mother's Leo. Like I have a lot of love for the energy because they are Leo energy is heart energy. People assume it's ego energy, and it's not. It's not ego at all. Like I think when Leo energy is misaligned, it comes out like that. But they have some of the biggest hearts. They really just want to see people thrive and do well and be loved on and be cared and live in a space of luxuriousness and not luxuriousness through the sense of capitalism, but like luxuriousness and like, you're being nurtured, your soul is being kept, right? You're feeling alive, you're feeling joy and pleasure and ease. Like that is that Leo energy, like big cat laying in the sun and just enjoying itself, well fed, belly full, just having the time of their lives. That's that Leo energy. And they care so deeply. They want other people to have that. Sometimes it can get a little intense, because there's a big sign. But ultimately, they really just want you to have endless love and to know that you have endless love. Lots of heart energy. I feel like every time a new season happens, my heart space is activated, you know? So with the 8-8 double, that's a vibration. It means that it's double the harmony, double the frequency, double the flow. So this is a great time for you to remember that you're getting that cosmic support, that divine support to realign. So less about what I can get from the outside world and more about how I can stay in tune with the world within. Because again, if my inner world is flourishing and doing well, the outer world has no other choice but to reflect that. If I'm at peace with God within, I will be at peace with God in the outside world. Very, very simple, but it tends to be a very difficult thing because we are so focused on the outside. Because I'm looking at the outside. All I can see right now is my laptop. I see my sister. I see the table. This is what I see, and it feels tangible to me because I can touch it and engage with it, right? But that's because again, I'm so focused out here. If I tune in inward, I close my eyes. I invite myself into the shadow, into the darkness, right? And I feel at home in it. I witnessed the wisdom of it. I witnessed how I was created from that. We were all in a womb, and the womb was dark. That's where the wisdom comes. That's where the blood, the bone, the flesh, the cells. It was all created in darkness, and then you were brought into the light to share that with others. So this is another amazing reminder with Lionsgate energy to tune in first. Make sure you like how you're feeling about yourself, about how you're engaging with others, how you're engaging with the source, and then let that be expressed outwardly. And you'll notice how much more smoother life is. It doesn't mean that there are not going to be issues or problems, because contrast means that we're growing, right? But what it does mean is that when I'm experiencing contrast, I know it's contrast. So now I can say, I actually want to edit this. I actually want to refine this. And I'm going to share like a way I've done that. Let me move my share a little bit. Okay. So one way I've done that is through my morning pages. I've been journaling daily because I think I mentioned it like in an email that I woke up one day and I was like, I appreciate my life. I'm very grateful for my life, but I need more. I need more. There's something else that I'm supposed to be experiencing right now, and I gotta prep for it. I gotta be ready for it for when it comes. So what I started doing, especially during retrograde season, is I would go over my day, just like, how it was. And if there's anything that I wanted to change about my day that I just had, I would put like a refine edit section. And I would edit it. Like, I didn't like how that person spoke to me. Tomorrow, I don't want that experience, right? Or, okay, my outfit was kind of cute, but I really want to step it up a notch because that would make me feel better. I gave myself a space to literally write out the edits on my day. And I cannot tell you how the next day and the day after that, those edits were taken into consideration. Like literally getting clear of like, okay, I didn't like the way that felt. That was weird. Didn't enjoy that. Really speaking out the beauty, writing that down the next day. There may have been something else for me to edit, but the thing that I was first focused on, that was taken care of. And I feel like that's another way for us to commune with the divine, to really tap in, to really lock in. Let me know if that makes sense. Yes, yeah, yeah. Yes, my mom is a Leo, fierce love. Yeah, Leo women, they are intense, but they love you deep. Yes. Yes. Give the Leo tea. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, at home in the darkness. Always, always, always. Because we're redefining that. We're taking off that colonial mask of it being this negative, bad, hurtful thing and realizing like, no, this is where the wisdom lies. And then we get to apply that wisdom and that love and that insight and that nurturing to the light. Because the light can actually be of goodness and not just a facade, right? Universe taking your notes on. No, literally. Yes, I'm feeling that. Yeah, like it has been like one of my favorite practices to do. So I want to share that with you. That was like a little tidbit. Okay. So this portal is like a mirror reflecting both your infinite potential and your current reality, asking you, are you living in alignment with what you say you want? Are you living in alignment with what you say you want? And then you want to go a little deeper in like what you feel that you deserve, right? Because sometimes our wants and what we deserve get a little misaligned. We gotta get them back in sync, right? And saying like, you know what, I actually do deserve softness, but I've been wanting to prove myself by working hard. I'm not gonna receive things. I'm not aligned. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back to that inner work of like, I feel like I deserve softness. Okay, how can I replicate that in the physical world so that I can be aligned and I can receive what it is that I deeply desire? Super important for us to do, right? Now, bringing the dark feminine energy a little bit more, reminding ourselves that it's not all about light and love, right? It's about honesty. It's about embracing the shadow. It's about being present and allowing ourselves to be a present. That's very important. It's about staying in the body and not trying to perform. I can't, I think that's a big thing in spirituality. People are performing. And I get why, because we live in a surveillance state. Like constantly you are being watched. And I know it sounds like Big Brother, and I'm not trying to be like George Orwell 1984 at all, but we are constantly we're, we're being watched or we're recording ourselves. Or you might find something funny and record it and don't realize you're recording somebody else living their actual life. That makes you feel like you're on high alert, right? And your nervous system is like, all right, bet we're not trying to be out here looking stupid forever because the internet, whatever's on there, it lives. I will never be able to outlive this, live this, right? So I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna make sure that I'm aesthetically pleasing because if you do capture me on camera, I would love for it to be something that I would like to look at later on. I don't want to see my humanity. I only want to witness the divinity if it's on camera, right? And us doing that causes us to perform, and then we're actually not even being divine anymore. We're really just, I mean, the best way to come up, like, we're kind of like being puppets, right? We're just like, I don't want to be caught off guard. I don't want somebody to think less of me. I don't want somebody to think I'm a bad person or that, I'm very mean, things like that. And we disengage that way. But you have to remember that the performance is not necessary. And I say this with intention because that also means that people are probably not going to like you. I'm very polarizing. I say this all the time. Like, I'm very polarizing. I have very strong opinions. I said what I said. And I also can understand if someone looks at me and says, "You're wrong, and I don't agree with you." I can't even tell you how many times I've been called a bigot online. I can't even tell you. Like, how many times I was kind of like, sure, like, that's fine. You can feel that way about me. However, I said what I said and I meant what I said. And I don't have a problem standing 10 toes down. Why? Because my inner world is flourishing. I feel so cared for by God, by my ancestors, by Black John. Like, I feel so cared for that I am not concerned about strangers not caring for me. It's totally fine if you find me to be offensive or whatever the case is. That's a part of embracing the dark feminine energy of knowing that you're not going to always be liked, but you will always be loved by those who know you. Keep that in mind, okay? All right. Make sure everybody's good. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah. Black Renata, that's my baby. You love her down. Okay. So the goal is to not strictly bypass today, right? You're gonna be hearing all like the woo of like mission manifestations and stanza. I really want you to understand that we gotta really align and lock in because there's a full moon in Aquarius happening tomorrow. Like, full moons are all about illumination, about saying we're gonna bring everything to the tables and see what makes sense. What are we keeping and what are we giving away in this next moon cycle? And you're doing this right after this cosmic bump, this cosmic alignment with 8-8, with abundance, with authority, with checking in and making sure that your inner world feels good enough for you to express outwardly. So it's really important to remember that as you move forward so that you can show up and feel good. Because once the shifts start happening, you're gonna feel real like, whoa, because you're gonna start noticing how the first day I did the edit, the next day when I went through my notes and saw that all of my edits were taken, all of them, all the things that I said I didn't enjoy from the day before were not in my next day. I was like, it's you always get reminded that you're co-creating, right? Like, I feel like I always need to be reminded of that because sometimes you just live in life and like shit is happening to me, life is happening. But things like that, they put you back in the authority seat. And I'm not surprised that happened during the Lionsgate energy. I'm not surprised at all that happened during Leo energies, during this time where it's about your authority and how you're showing up. That makes so much sense to me. I literally was like, I would edit these things. I would refine this experience. And the next day, I had exactly what I asked for. It wasn't me doing the big woo woo of, I want $1 million by tomorrow, or I need a global community of 1,000, of 100,000 people. No, it was like, how can I upgrade the quality of my life right now so I can enjoy the pleasure, so that I can be present, so that I would want to be present for my life. A lot of us check out of our lives because we don't like what the fuck we're experiencing. We don't like it. We're just like, this is trash. I don't want to engage at all. But if we are giving ourselves the time to edit and say, here, source, universe, whoever you're tapping into, I know that I got to co-create with you. And I know I have to give something. And I got to move from a space of authority. Less about asking and more about witnessing and allowing, right? I wasn't saying, hey, it'd be great if you could just like, tomorrow I'd like to look. I was like, look, today I look a hot mess. We can't do this tomorrow. We're not doing this tomorrow. I'm not doing this tomorrow. Tomorrow I will look amazing. I will love my outfit. My hair will be up. And it wasn't me asking. It was me stepping from a place of authority. And it is something that we talk about a lot in like ancestral veneration. where you're not like going to the altar like you like, hey, if you have a chance, if you have a time, like it would be great. No, because these people, your ancestors are here for you. They're not playing about you. So why are you playing about yourself? Because that causes misalignment. You go and you say, hey, here's what we need to do. Bless me with the clarity or the skill set or the people or the experiences or the environments that I need to be engaging with so that we can have this. Because I am your living legacy. That's why y'all pick me, right? That's me coming to the altar with authority, right? There's a level of respect and reverence that I know y'all can get it done. And I know I can make it happen. Even if you're speaking to God, like, oh God, you blessed me with this insight, this divinity, right? This gift. I want to use the gift. Set up the environment so I can use the gift. Please and thank you. You know, tap into that Leo energy to be bold enough to ask for your dreams, to be bold enough to, let me rephrase that, to be bold enough to say, hey, I'm willing to engage with my desires and dreams. I'm willing to let you make me a vessel. I'm willing to use my gift. I'm willing and able. I'm going to show up and I'm going to make it happen. Now, where am I showing up to? You got to let me know. You got to let me know what I got to do so I can do it. Right? This allows us to remain in divine harmony so we can feel really good about our experiences. Let me know if this is making sense. Yes, my edits were all taken out. No, literally, my edits were every single one. Even like the small ones. Like, oh, I had lunch one time that I had made, and it was okay. It wasn't great. It was like it was cool. It was whatever. And I was devastated by it. I was like, damn, I really had an okay lunch. It was something so simple. And the next day, mind you, very similar lunch. I think I did one thing different that came to me in the moment I'm looking at the lunch, and I was over here mouth watering deliciousness. I just I love when I get to engage and have these moments like this because it's so amazing to talk about the magic and the mundane. Because I think a lot of us hear the same, we say the same, but we don't really understand the same. We don't really apply it. We're always looking for the big, amazing blessing, right? There are times where I find myself being like, I want someone to come and save me, right? I just want somebody to come and bless me with a few $100 million so I can be taken care of. That's a feeling. It's a human feeling to want to feel saved. And then it's a divine feeling to know that you don't need to be saved because you were divinely created with all of the resources, the tools, the gifts, insight, intelligence that you could possibly need on earth. And instead of using my energy to wish someone would save me, I could be using it to engage in what it is I was already given by the divine and start really living this life. Right? Hey. Yes. 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 Thank you so much, Jack. It's amazing. I'm deeply inspired. Thank you for this. Oh, anytime. I'm so happy that we're back in action, baby. All right. So we're going to close this out with EFT because I still want to make sure that we're doing some fanatic work, that we're really connecting the mind to the body. So that way, as you move through the rest of the portal, your energy is flushed, right? The negative feelings or thoughts or subconscious yuckies, whatever you want to call them, that they're out in the forefront. They are addressed. They can't hide. And then we take that clarity and we put something in it that feels good, that allows us to thrive. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So we're going to do one negative round and then two positive rounds because I really want us to end feeling really, really good. If you've never done EFT with me before, I'm going to go over it, really quickly so that you guys know what's going on, but we can just jump into it. So EFT is called emotional freedom technique or technique. And it's the beautiful art form of tapping on the body to regulate our nervous system, to tap into our energetic pathways, which are called meridians, so that we can feel our best inside and out. So that if there's any type of wound from trauma, if there's any type of negative feeling or emotion, we can bring it to the forefront and say, hey, this can't keep going with me. So we're going to handle this right here And I'm going to keep doing so I feel better. It's a very accessible thing to do. It's a very easy thing to do. And it will allow you to feel really good in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. Okay. We do a negative round because we address all the yuckies that we may have heard, internalized at some point in time in our lives. And then we do the two positive rounds to put back in, to pour back into ourselves. So I'm going to go over the 10 tapping points that we're going to be using today. And then I definitely want you guys to be drinking water throughout. So I would love for you to drink water beforehand, after the first round, after the second round, at the end. This helps us to process the energy. Okay, very important, especially because we have that fire element of Leo coming in. It could be a very dehydrated situation, so please make sure that you hydrate. Super important. And if you read my Lotus list for July, you know that I dehydrated myself and it was freaking horrible. All right, let's do it. You need me? Okay, so the 10 type of points we're going to be using. Side of hand between my pinky knuckle bone and my wrist bone where my tattoo is. You can lightly tap, pulse, rub, or hover, whatever feels best for you. And you can also envision yourself doing this too if you have limited mobility. Okay. Then we have the crown, top of head. We have the start of the brow. Then you would trace your brow bone to the side of the eye, and you feel that ocular bone here. It's right where my frame is. You would tap here, not on the temple, but on the ocular bone. Then you would go underneath, trace underneath the eye. You'll still feel that ocular bone here, not the fleshy part, the bone, tap. And then you have under the nose, chin, collarbone, heart, and then you have under the arm. Those will be the 10 tapping points. You don't have to remember, but you have to watch. That's all you got to do. Okay. I also want you to use your voice. It's very important that you use your voice. Your voice is magic. It's medicine for you. So yes, me speaking over you is one thing, and it will definitely upgrade and elevate your life. I work deeply on my voice. I'm even in vocal classes to ensure that my tonality is a frequency and a vibration that will be healing. Like I take this very, very seriously. But I also know the wisdom of the mind, the wisdom of the subconscious wants to hear your voice speak reality over your life too. So let's layer it up together. Okay. And I want you to speak for yourself and speak life into your existence. Okay. Okay. So now get around clearing resistance. We're going to start to start a hand. We're going to let you tap. Hi. Oh my God, Allie. It's so good to see your name. Okay. Good nice deep inhale, exhale. And I want you to repeat after me, okay? Even though part of me is afraid to be seen, afraid to fully step into my power, afraid to say what I really want. I honor that fear and I am open to releasing it. And we're at the top of the head. This fear didn't come from nowhere. It was taught, inherited, or forced on me. Ralph, maybe I learned to hide because shining felt too dangerous. Side of eye, maybe I've carried shame in my body for far too long. Under the eye, I feel the tension, the doubt, the smallness. I can feel it in my chest, in my belly, in my bones. Anything else? But just because it's there doesn't mean you have to stay. Since I've outgrown this old version of me, and that's okay. Even if my nervous system hasn't caught up to that yet. Collarbone, I give myself permission to acknowledge the fear without becoming it. Heart, I don't have to fake positivity because ill. I just have to stay present to what is real. That rhymed, but it wasn't on purpose. Under the arm. And what is real is that I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to shine. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to feel and be blessed. I'm ready for all the good things that life has to offer. And then some. All right, take a nice deep inhale, breathing in. Letting the energy move up through the heart space. And when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. Soften your shoulders. Soften the face. Unclenching your jaw. Maybe wrapping your tongue from over your mouth, creating a little bit of space in between the teeth. Soften the eyes. Letting the head relax, the scalp relax. You just notice how you feel right now. Slow down and take inventory. See what you would want to re-edit. And then we're going to jump into the two positive rounds. We're going to do them back to back. So afterwards, I do want you to drink some water. So I'm going to give you a moment now to sip some water. Did they give us our drink? Next, did they give us our drink? Did we ever get it? Oh, okay. I just realized we didn't get our drink. It's totally fine. But, okay. And now we're going to jump into the positive round. Okay. Positive one, round one is going to be activating divine remembrance. And then the second round is going to be integrating ease, clarity, and power. Okay. So, side of hand. Deep breath in, slow exhale release. I am the descendant of brilliance. I carry codes in my blood that can't be colonized. What else to the crown? My crown is connected to divine intelligence, wisdom older than time, older than any drama I've experienced, older than any negativity in my body. Wow. I remember who I am beyond the fear, beyond the lack, beyond the worry. That I let the Lionsgate energy open what's been closed to me. Under the eye, I activate the truth of my body, my intuition, my voice, my magic. Under the nose, my ancestors, God, universe, whoever you call on to, they walk with me. And I walk with them, hand in hand, enjoying their presence as they enjoy mine. Chin, and I'm not broken. I never was. If anything, I'm becoming more aligned. Collarbone, I let this energy flow where it needs to go. Heart, and I open my heart to possibility, to purpose, to practice, and to passion, and to pleasure and prosperity. Under the arm, I am not waiting. That I deeply understand. No, Okay. What about now? Better? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's do round two. Nice deep inhale, exhale, side of hand. Beautiful. Repeat after me. I allow my energy to flow with ease and clarity. Crown. It's safe to shine. It's safe to be powerful. It's safe to be seen. Brow. And I see myself clearly. And I love what I see. Side of eye. Every cell in my body is aligned to my highest frequency. Underneath the eye. I'm grounded in truth and guided by light and cared for by the darkness. Under the nose. I can breathe deeply, knowing that everything I need is within me. Chin. And I'm allowed to take up space and will. I'm allowed to thrive. I'm allowed to live. I'm also allowed to learn and make mistakes. And it's not cringy, it's human. Collarbones. This portal is just a mirror to the real magic that is me. That is my source of divinity. Heart. I let my body hold the truth of who I am now with ease, with care. Under the arm. I am powerful. I am present. I am prosperous. And I am whole. And always, always. And then I want you to take a nice deep inhale. Close your eyes if that feels good for you and you're able to. And take a nice deep inhale, breathing into lower belly, expanding the belly as you can to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So that way we can really tell the body that we're safe in this moment. Let that air rise up into the heart space and soften the shoulders. See if you can bring them back and open the heart up a little bit more. Receive that Lionsgate energy. Receive that love, that divinity. And on that exhale, let it all go out into the world. May it bless others. May it continuously bless you. May everything that you were able to remove today never find its way back into your body as a home again. And may all the blessings, the high vibrations, the miracles, the love, the pleasures, the joy, the prosperity that you've called in, that you've rightfully claimed as yours, never leave you. May it multiply within you in every cell, in every bone, in every muscle, in every memory. May you feel this divinity in every move that you make. May it align you to the proper relationships, dynamics, environments that you are to be in so that you can continue thriving and flourishing with ease. May this rewire the brain the way that it needs to so you can show up and be. Whatever it is you decide to give to this world, may it be well received. And may you know you are loved in this world and in the next. And so it is. Okay. And we are closing out. Let me know how you're feeling below. Okay. Remember that this Lionsgate portal is not to give you something you don't have. It's here to remind you of what is already yours. Okay. You don't chase portals. You are the portal. You are the miracle. And hopefully now you remember that. Okay? Feel free to check out the other things that I have on Substack. I have tons of essays on here. There's class notes on here for some of our deeper topics. There's also podcast episodes too. There's audios that I've done earlier this year as well that you can tap into. And I'll continue to be updating throughout the month of new things. I have the Dark Divines, which is the more educational wellness energy, learning, dark divine energy. And then the lotus is more of that practical, like how I'm actually using this wisdom and depth in real life, right? So I share like things that I've really been into for the month. I share more lighter work, but I still think that that's really important to have that duality. One, because that's how we remain whole, but also two, if you don't want to dive into like deep essays about like political unrest, and you want to know like a really dope matcha recipe, you should be able to have that. And I am able to provide that in this space. So I'm so happy that you're here with me. I'm very excited for our upcoming live. I have to see what day it will be because I'm still teaching full time for the summer. It'll be more regular once we get towards the end of August. But until then, please be on the lookout. Please let your friends know, your loved ones know, something that you said they would really benefit from, that they can come here and watch the replay. So simple. And they're more than welcome to subscribe, whether to the paid version. Shout out to you for joining again. Like your love is endless for me, and I really appreciate you. If you're able to join the free version, you can do that as well, and you'll get email updates, stuff like that, whenever it is that I put things out into the world. Okay. I appreciate you. This was so good. So glad to be back together again. Same, Katie. I missed you. Yes. Oh my God. That was the best ever. Couldn't stop yawning. Yes. Energy is moving. Yes. 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 Thank you. Thank you for that, Jack. Yes. If you wound up like, um, belching or yawning or tearing up, or you felt like you came to drop or increase, that's all just signs that the energy is moving in the body. It's a good thing. I ended up yawning for like 3 minutes straight this morning doing some qigong, and I was like, wow, the energy needs to really move. So thank you for reminding me. I really appreciate that so much. Yes, I love you, Fatima. Yes, please share this out. Let people know that it's a safe haven for them as well, so that we can have more people come through and just kind of feel this type of love. Like we need this type of love, type of space. Not only my platform too, Fatima is an amazing practitioner as well. Yeah, a spoken black girl, like she does incredible things too. Like there are safe spaces for us to join into and to be ourselves. It's up to us to make sure that we are making that known so that people can come home and they can feel good. Like again, educators, caregivers, parents, disruptors, the black sheep, like we always find ourselves, we always find each other. And a lot of times you'll find like a surface level of that if someone pretending to be that way because it's a part of big manipulation. But when you find the real deal, the best way you can honor that truth is by sharing it and being like, here's where I feel safe, and I think you feel safe here too. Until then, I love you so much and have a really good weekend. Happy Lionsgate. Bye.